Just do one rep, bro. One single rep. And then you can quit working out for today. That is how I get myself into working out on days where I really don't feel like pushing weights. And once I have finished this one single rep, I instantly do another one, and so on and so forth. And then I have already my first set done. What I have noticed is that the most difficult thing about being consistent with working out is just making the first step at all. Is overcoming that mental barrier of laziness and just leaving the comfort zone, not the working out process in general. Once you can manage to do that, leaving the comfort zone, doing the first step, the rest is going to come automatically. It's like a snowball that rolls down a snowy hill. Once it actually gets going, it will grow larger and larger while rolling further and further. And all it really needed was that little initial push. And that initial push is the first rep. Because no one is going to do just one single rep and they are already at the gym. Or, in my case, at home with dumbbells. It just feels kind of stupid to do one little rep and then call it quits. So one rep turns into a set, and a set turns into multiple sets of different exercises. And all of a sudden, you already finished your workout, just like that. The same concept applies to going for a run. When I wake up in the morning, I tell myself, just go outside the house, and once you're outside, you can already go back in and do whatever. And once I am outside, all dressed up in sportswear, I'll just go for a run since I'm already there. It would be kind of stupid to go back inside once I'm already fully dressed and ready to go. Of course, I don't go jogging every day, but when I do, I always use this method because most of the time I really don't feel like jogging. And I don't just use it when it comes to exercising. I started to apply it to almost every aspect of my life. When I don't feel like reading, I say to myself, alright, just open it and read one single sentence. Then you can close it and watch YouTube. And suddenly, one single sentence can turn into an hour-long reading session. It's the same with studying in general. I tell myself 1 minute, then I can stop and play video games or watch something. And once I've started, I won't quit after 1 minute. And the thing is, even if on some days the workout won't be as efficient or the studying session won't be as long, it's no big deal for us because at least we did something. At least we trained our discipline muscle to grow stronger and leave the comfort zone. A bad workout is better than no workout, and consistency is better than intensity. All those little victories will add up faster than we think. And it all boils down to one single rep, or more like to do the first step and taking action towards that first little rep. Making the effort to push the little snowball down the hill. Why am I saying little so much? Anyways, and getting it to start rolling. I feel like for a lot of people, that is the most difficult part when it comes to being disciplined and to consistently work on the goals and the dreams that we want to achieve. I don't know about you. I'd like to know though. You can definitely leave me a comment, especially in today's time, connection is everything. Anyways, I don't know about you, but that's how it's always for me. I'd used to get caught up in my own emotions so often, not feeling like doing anything, but always dreaming of achieving the results I wasn't willing to put the work in for. I feel like sometimes our own mind is our biggest enemy, you know? We plan to do something, and then our head creates every single possible idea of why we shouldn't, of why it would be better to do it another day. And once another day arrives, we shove it to another day, and the cycle continues. But once we manage to ignore the feelings dragging us away from what we want to do and actually start doing what we plan to do, it is so much easier than we thought it would be. For me personally, this applies to almost everything in my life. My brain somehow always creates the worst possible outcome for every situation that I have to face, making me anxious and afraid for nothing. Because once the certain situation arrives and I'm actually in it, it is not even remotely as bad as I initially imagined it to be. On so many occasions, it is not even negative at all, but surprisingly positive, in fact. And there was no need for me to be anxious. There was no need to be afraid. There was no need to play out all these different what if scenarios inside of my head. You know, God always had my back. I believe there are a lot of people who miss out on some amazing chances and never reach their full potential in life because they are too afraid to make that one step out of their comfort zone. At least that's how it was for me. So I assume there are other people who feel the same. At least one. So yeah, bro. Let's do one single rep. One single step and then we can quit for today. Today, we are not getting overwhelmed by our deceptive feelings. That's about it. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. It's your boy Nomu, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and don't go hollow, my friend.